Sure.
and we can start. So thank you very much for the opportunity to meet, to discuss about Industry 5.0. As I explained to you, I came across your report,
Mm-hmm.
market research generally, and I don't see Industry 5.0.
Right.
Because I'm the founder for 9 years. I do Industry 5.0. I was the first one who named it, so this is why I am able to call myself the founder. And I'm building the network globally, which is currently in 119 countries, but there are 121 ambassadors. India is included. What is
Mhm.
interesting, in India was the first 4 years ago on August 21st, 2020, where my keynote started the age of Industry 5.0, and there was the first ambassador. So, and this is why I try to really narrow the understanding of Industry 5.0 as it is, because currently we are on the stage of implementing on the level of governments, on so-called strategic implementations. And there are already 17 countries, including one state of India, Karnataka, if I'm not wrong.
Karnataka, right.
Karnataka.
Karnataka
Bengaluru.
listed it in their 9 strategic plans generally at the end of last year. So this is why I would like to discuss. I would like to cooperate, but as I said, we need to narrow the understanding. If there is Industry 4.0, it's fine, because all what is mentioned in your report is generally connected to Industry 4.0.
Right.
All the
Correct.
players, just to explain who I am, I'm just a simple man because I do not have any university degree. I started as a steel factory worker, but I spent more than 30 years in logistic and global business and so on. So this is my background. And because I have learned there that there is so much volume of waste and wasting in the process in general. So this is why I created a methodology which was called originally industrial upcycling in 2013, and it became, because of the request of the clients, it became 2 years later the groundstuff of Industry 5.0. So that's the short explanation about me. If you can explain or introduce yourself, will be great.
Sure. Sandeep, can you explain?
Sure. So we at the Insight Partners are a market research company. We are specialists in providing syndicated as well as customized research studies. And on an annual basis, we publish around 500 research reports. So we are based out of India, in the city of Pune, which is 150 kilometers down south near the city of Mumbai. And we have a team of around 400 people in the company. We have a team of around 150 research members. We publish our own research reports, so we have our own research analysts working on our reports. So then there is marketing, then there is sales. I represent the sales team. Nivedita is from the research team. And then the other departments such as administration, web development, IT, HR, and etc. So, since the inception of 2016, it's been nearly now 8 years, 9 years for us in this industry now. So far, so good. And we have dealt across all the clients, approximately, you name it, and we might have already worked or at least dealt once or twice with those companies. So, after which, after this call, if required, I can also share a detailed corporate presentation of our company, which will include a list of the names that we have so far worked with. To name a few: Samsung, Panasonic, McKinsey, EY, the big four consulting firms as well. And yeah, so ranging from tier one to tier five categories all across the globe, we have dealt with everyone around. So that is a quick and small introduction about our company. Any questions on this?
The only one, how it came to the Industry 5.0, and generally because it's, as I see, you have a very deep background in the research. But then this report does not, for me, does not represent this deep background, because I know where you came from with Industry 5.0. You came from the European Commission, January 7th, 2021. I follow all this stuff. So, but it is not the origin. And this is why probably for Nivedita may be the question: how is it possible that you generally completely skip the information about the Industry 5.0 origin? Was it that you cannot find it, or was it?
So basically, Michael, what happened is, whenever we do any research, like 5.0 is a new term. So we were researching about this particular thing, that what it is, how companies are adopting this particular strategy. If companies are adopting, what are their challenges? So we were trying to understand this. In between, we have just prepared us some sample pages and we have distributed it just to understand that what our clients say, what they say about this particular market. Now when we reaches to you, when you explained us that industry 5.0, the definition that we were referring to was European Commission, because that was the one of the major association who have explained this in a very well mannered way, and they have also mentioned some companies and many things about this particular industry 5.0 strategies. So due to which we have also provided that particular thing, and we are in a phase where we wanted to understand about this particular strategy, about this particular market, if there is any scope in this particular market in coming 10 years or not, if this is how this is going to be implemented, because there are not only big companies which are implementing, there are many small companies, many industries which are also trying to understand these technologies. They wanted to understand that how these technologies work, how human resource can be work in cooperation with the technologies. So because of these things, and because we have seen many clients who are coming to us and asking these kind of questions during other industry related reports, so we have tried to gather some information for this particular industry.
Okay, thank you
And
for the explanation.
we were really lucky to have you on a call, and having some expert advice on this particular information.
Just now I do understand how you came to this, because
Yes.
I am an owner of a company, but I'm the
Yes.
only employee of the company, so I cannot match your size. On the other hand, having people in 119 countries is one of the richest networks which exists generally, and not speaking that is run by one man. It's not important. The important part is that generally the European Commission, in some way it steal the concept. It's they did it, and we are in dispute. So I can speak about it. I can publish this information. They know about this information because if you look at the very original, very first document related to Industry 5.0, which was issued by European Commission on January 7th, 2021, you will find them, among others, 69 references at the end. Reference number 68 is the reference to Industry 5.0 definition by Michael Rada.
Okay.
And with this, they confirmed what I did the whole time. The whole time, I informed European Commission that something like this exists. I invited them for meetings. They never accepted. But at the end, they used the term, but switch the content and switch it in a way that if you will make right now the analytics between Industry 4.0 and 5.0, you will find out that it's almost the same.
Yes.
When you speak about the concept which you follow, but the origin, the Industry 5.0 was not created to continue in the issues which has been connected to Industry 4.0. One of the issues was that when I asked some expert, what about the people? If we simplify it, really simplify it to the matter of everything will be done by machines. That's the basic principles. It's very simplified. And I asked the experts, and what the people will do? The answer was all the time the same. They will have a work. They will become coders. They will become whatever. I will never become a coder. I am 53. I do not have head for this. My father, who was all his life in a mine, will not become a coder. My mother, who was a kindergarten teacher, will never become a coder. So this is why the answer was all the time the same. So for me, when I started, I realized, firstly, there is a lot of waste. And if I speak about, or if Industry 5.0 speak about waste, is not just the physical waste. It's physical, social, urban, process, and wasting of time. So 5 types of waste. And one of them this is the social waste. And so I started to prevent all these to happen using the experience and connections which I have in 30 years, which I gathered in logistics and so on, because I spent all my lives in factories. I'm not a theoretical guy. I'm a really practical. Just now I came from a factory. And this is how I build it. And what was interesting, for me, there was a big surprise when I delivered at a keynote which opened the Age of Industry 5.0 in India 4 years ago. It was very interesting. I don't know whether I send it to you. If not, I will do after. Because there is 45 minutes keynote delivered on the Confederation of Indian Industry Events, the biggest event of that year. And generally, there is nothing about AI. There is nothing about technologies. There is a lot about the social aspects, about the need of changing and transform the principles on which we work, the way how we work, how we communicate. And we have here the tools, if there is not a digital video communication, we cannot talk together, but it is here, just it was not used properly. So we call this on the ground mines. And the on the ground mines is so-called existing resources. It's you, it's me, is the power tower outside of the building. All these are existing resources. And
Right.
because
So
yes,
basically, it includes the concept of using resources in a better manner, which are already in use, along with the technologies which are already in use, but in a better manner.
yes, more efficient. I will call it more efficient. I do specialize in the logistic. I was specialized for a global supply chain efficiency. I have the ability to look at the things with a different eyes and see the potential. And this is how we utilize it. It's not a circular economy itself, because the circular economy has one big issue. They count with waste as a resource, which are the words of waste industry, which is the third most profitable industry in the world. So if for you will be waste a resource of your profit, will you ever try to get rid of it? No, you will try to get more of it. And that's exactly the way. I deal with politicians, I deal with heads of states, I deal with small people and companies. It doesn't matter. The interesting part about Industry 5.0, the origin, is that every one of us is wasting in some way, but we can prevent it. We can cook wasteless. There was a very interesting project on one of the Indian universities. They call it the Clean Plate Project. Other students get a lot of food and a lot of is being returned. So, and these first nine people in the university, I do not remember the name, but I can find it out. They started to take only amount of food which they will eat and went with empty plates. It started with 9. 1 month later, the entire university followed the example, because it's simply, you can do it. And the advantage of Industry 5.0 is because you utilize the existing resources. You don't need to invest generally. You don't need to make a capital investment. You don't need to build a new machine, because you have the old one and you will use it a different way, slightly modified way. And because I have this experience from factories, I am able to visit a factory, see the process, and propose the solution. And I try it. And if it works, then we apply it. And this is how we do step by step. And your colleague mentioned at the beginning, he mentioned finances and volumes and businesses, which are part of your reports, of course. The value
Basically, Michael, what happens is, because Sandeep is from sales side, so he has explained you in a manner that report in a, how we deal in the reports, in general reports. However, I don't think so that all those things goes in the Industry 5.0 report. And still, we also understand that Industry 5.0 for a research, it's already in a phase where we are researching. We can include the case studies, we can include what companies think about adopting these strategies, how resource can be utilized in a proper manner. So we can include only the qualitative part and the case study part. the actual examples, how these being included. As of now, I think this would be the better manner to, provide this kind of a report for clients.
If at the moment, will the case studies which are mentioned included in your report, it will give no sense, because the report is generally Industry 4.0 described under the Industry 5.0.
Right.
It cannot be done the same way. It is really completely new report. Just now, day before yesterday, it was published at Springer. Springer was published academic paper by me related to Industry 5.0. So it is there. The rest is over 3,000 articles about it. But it must be really narrow the understanding. It's not about machines. It's not about technology. One interesting part, I'm speaking to you from a place which is 75 kilometers away from a location where the term robot was discovered or invented or introduced. It was in 1921. And the robot is really Czech word, which was used by Karel Čapek, which was an author. And I do recommend everyone to listen to the book or screenplay generally. I can send you the link. It's quite interesting. But to name it Industry 5.0, it should respect all the principles.
Right.
And as I mentioned, the finances, there is a lot of discussion about the value of Industry 5.0. I get this question almost every single time on a conference or so. In 2019, if I'm not wrong, the value was 475 trillion US dollars. Already at the time, it was more valuable than many companies together, even the biggest one. In 2022, it became $1 quadrillion, which is a number which, even if all companies together put their profits together, including Apple, NVIDIA, they will not reach that number. The reason for that is that every single company is wasting, and every single society is wasting. So you generally scale up the process. So it's if NVIDIA dropped down yesterday by 10 billion or whatever, we don't. We go up. And this is exactly what's happening. You don't need to invest money to be more profitable, because you reduce the impact of the negative things, means cost and environmental impact and so on. So this is why I cannot say, and generally I cannot approve or disapprove what you do, but I will say, even if you put the case studies in the current report, it's not Industry 5.0. I will go against that.
I was explaining you that we would be not preparing a report from how the sample we have shared with you. It would be a brand new report that will include only the case studies, not the other parts which we have already provided you the sample pages, so that clients should first understand the concept clearly. Then they should understand what the experts opinion are, like, you have made the opinion, how you have explained us. That should be the understanding of the clients. Then it should be some case studies, so it should be in a step by step manner, so that clients should understand actual economy or actual ecosystem of this particular market.
This is what I will appreciate. This is what I will support, including the support from ambassadors, including the ambassador in India. We have generally, it's important to say, there are three basic principles which must be part of every single Industry 5.0 project, including a publication. Transparency. This is why we are recording. I will share it with you. It's fine. We have nothing to hide. Why should we hide? The second is profit sharing. So if there is a profit generated, it's being shared between the parties which help to make the profit. You are great in the researches. We did results, putting it together. Let's share the profit in a applicable manner. We don't need to talk about percentage at the moment, is not needed. And the third one is efficiency. So if we do it efficiently, and you know yourself how fast currently the changes are coming. So I was surprised by the number which Sandeep mentioned, that you publish 500 research reports per year. Fascinating. Fascinating.
So, yes. So how this we do is we have a large database available with us because we already do, our team keep on doing research on major topics on, on a continuous basis. So what we do is whenever any client come for any particular technology or any particular thing, because we have different domains as well. So if client comes for any particular thing, we just have to go to our database, check that what kind of data available with us. We have industry experts whom we have a paid partnership. They also help us in quickly gathering data from the countries where our reach is very limited. So they also help us. We have interviews scheduled with the primary respondents who are into the companies of that particular market ecosystem. So when we get all these information on a very quick basis, and we have database as well, we get historic information as well about that market, it becomes very easy for us to, make it brainstorm and make it in a form of report. So these reports are approximately 150 to 200 words, 200 pages, which includes majorly the quantitative part, the market sizing of that particular market, how this market is currently performing, and how this would be in coming years, likewise till 2031, how this market will perform, what would be the trends. So all these information gathered and being, after analyzed and QC'd, then only they go into a form of report. So this process keeps on going on every year. So for example, if I have any report on laser, so what happens is I already have a report laser published earlier years, in previous years as well. So I already have some data available with me. I just need to collate that. I just need to refresh that particular data, and I have to put it in a form of report again, along with, keeping some room for industry experts so that they can also give us that, currently market is going down, or currently market is going up, or how this market is performing, or are there any macro factors, micro factors that are impacting this particular market. So this is how we do these kind of report studies.
Sorry to interrupt, Michael. We have a call at in the next 10 minutes as well. So since it was a small window of
Okay,
30 minutes, we
we
may
will
need to jump for
we will do
the
it within the time. I
right.
just thank you for the explanation. I just would like to point out, and you know probably about it, there is a lot of I call it a fake research reports being published and sold. All have generally the same style. So they have a great website, they establish a small office in New York, but they are usually situated in India. And so there's a lot of fake, especially, I don't know about the other segments, but I care about Industry 5.0. And
Right.
this is why you are the first one who contacted me. I offer it to every single one, but because they are not willing to deliver appropriate report for the money, and usually the report costs again the same amount, $5,000, 4,000 reduced 2.5. So it is important, if there will be one player which will be really doing the Industry 5.0 origin, the potential is very big, but not only because the value of Industry 5.0, but because the fact that the transformation which it represents, it's really global already now, and appropriate work done in research and publishing will help to scale up all participants. I don't call it shareholders or stakeholders. I call it participants, because we should be partners. And if we can do it, it really changed. The aim of Industry 5.0 is only one: to build wasteless world for all. There is no other. You see, there is nothing about finances, money, no. And I know it is profitable. I don't say it's not. I don't say the companies will be poor. No, they will have more money, selling less, but they can have more because it will be efficient. And this is something what is missing, not only in India, it's missing all over the globe. The efficiency aspect is really a very critical one. And
Right,
as I
the
said,
productivity aspect.
I
Right.
deal with it for 35 years already. So I see it from inside, and I know it can be corrected, and I'm the example it can be. So I am really happy that we have this meeting. I am really happy that you explain to me, how do you work? How is the research done? And you said that you will set up a completely new one, which will be dedicated. If this will be done, I'm ready to support you. And
Sure.
if we can sign MOU, whatever, it doesn't matter. And if you will respect the three principles, means transparency, profit sharing, efficiency, I am sure it will be very profitable and long-term cooperation, which I will be happy to start with your company.
Sure. So, Michael, as a next step, what I'll do is, once we'll do a research again, because there is a team who is already working on this, who is already looking into various aspects of this particular thing, and they wanted to understand. So, first of all, I'll be sharing this recording with them. I'll be explaining them this concept, how you have explained me. Then we would be preparing some sample pages again that would be fresh, that would not include 4.0 or any other thing, and then we would be, based on this information, we would be sharing it first to you. Once your comments, your once your advice we would be receiving, then we will again do detailed research on these things. So this will take some time, but it will be, it would because this industry is like, on a verge of implementation only. So
Thank you for that. What I will do, I will send you the original keynote, which in India really wake up this. I was surprised because I have 1 million follow-ups in 1 week time after that. And it was the biggest industrial conference in the country. I am living in a country where 1 million is the number of citizens in our capital city. So it was a big surprise for me, but it was so. You will see the keynote. You will see. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask. We are connected. I will send you the recording as well. I will send it to the email of Sandeep. And I will be really happy to work with all of you, Nivedita, and with Sandeep and all the members of your team. The importance is only one: narrow the understanding, and then we can really make a big and lot of changes. And I do believe that India can be one of the first wasteless countries in the world. Not only the most populated one, but I think it has the possibility and the ability to be the leader, not to be looked at as underdeveloped or whatever. It's not at all, not mentioning the history and so on. So this is what I would like to do. So I am happy that we will work together. Thank you for your time. As I said, I will send you the information right now about the keynote. And if any questions, we stay in touch.
Sure, we would be in touch for sure, Michael, and we would be, asking you various questions, because our team is really curious about to know this particular market.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice time. Free of waste and wasting in all its forms. Stay safe, be free.
Sure.
And I am looking forward to our cooperation. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.